Welcome back to another episode of Hate It or Love It, sponsored by our guys over at SteadyPicks. I'm your host, LenDale White. I have a special guest today, my big brother. I call him Oak. You know what I'm saying? Y'all may not know what that means. That's neither here nor there. But y'all know him as Mr. Monday Night himself, man. Keith Bulluck. What's going on, big bro?
Feeling, man. I feel a little scratch in my throat, so I want to get the tea. So, keep that cold away. But yeah, man, doing well, man. Glad to be here. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, I appreciate you, bro. It's that time of the season too. These kids going to school and coming back home. It's like they don't wash their hands, and they're gonna get you sick.
trying to avoid it.
Hey, big bro, you want to go college football or NFL first?
We'll do college. They play on Saturday.
Say less. We getting straight to it, man. A team that's, I don't know if I could say surprised me, but I mean, just seeing where they came from in the last couple of years, where they're at now. We have Florida State going into Clemson, and they have Florida State at -2. Hate it or love it.
So when you say -2, that means Florida State's getting the points. Who's getting
No,
the
that
points?
means yeah. Florida State got to win by at least 2 points.
I like Florida State, man. I'll
Yeah.
take Florida State with that, just because, like you started that off. And forgive me, man. I don't gamble with the spreads typically. We do straight up, but I
Yeah.
can get with it. But yeah, Florida State, like you said, the last couple of years they've been climbing, scraping, clawing. And I wouldn't even worry about. I think that Boston College game last week was a great game for them going into this game, because of anyone else, like, you played in the magnitude of big time college football games, and you've had those scares, your
Yeah.
days back in the SC, but y'all handled it. So I think playing at a school with a legacy like Florida State, them young boys know what it is. They want to get Florida State back, and I think this is a great game against Clemson for them to make that statement. So I see them going to Death Valley and walking them.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm not gonna. It hurts my heart because Dabo's one of my guys, man. I can't lie. I met Dabo a couple years ago. He was awesome, man. I could see why the kids go down there and play for him. I think that him not getting into the portal, the transfer portal, or doing that is going to probably hurt him when it comes to this game. Florida State is showing that they have the athletes to make the plays, like you said. And one thing we know about football, and this is on every level, good teams find a way to win, and bad teams find a way to lose. So I don't care if you win by 1 point, a half a point. As long as you win, you still get the win. So,
hey, I'm sorry.
No, you go ahead.
I was gonna say, and to tap on what you said about that transfer portal, Florida State's quarterback. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
He's already been kind of battle tested, kicked through the mud a little bit. You know what I mean? Not, early in his career to now having some success. So he's already kind of, been through the ringer. With that brings maturity as well.
Man. Yeah, see, big bro, y'all know he works as an analyst. You could tell. You see what's going on here.
I try, man. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody really hollering at me, but I don't care.
Hey, come on, y'all, holla at my brother. I'm gonna go with Florida State too. I think they go to Dove, whatever. I think it is. What is that? Dove Valley or something?
Yeah,
Death Valley.
Death Valley.
Yeah, I think they go down there and then they handle the job, and they take care of business for sure. But then they have the over under at 56 points.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Do we think Clemson's offense is better than Boston College? I think them Boston College kids was just playing out their minds too. You know how it
College
is.
always plays Florida State tough though. Like they always the last couple of years play Florida State tough.
So, and I think that's how it is. So,
I don't think Clemson's offense is gonna put up that many points, but if Florida State goes in there and runs them, they liable to put up at least. What do you say? The spread is 46.
I mean,
the over is 40.
56.
I'm going with that. I'm not taking that. I'm not taking that.
Oh, okay.
I'm not taking that. You see Clemson putting up that how much?
Yeah, I go to under. I'm taking the under as well, just because. Yeah, I don't. And like I said, like Boston College is probably, like you said, they play Florida State a little harder, but they still only was at around 60 points last week. So that's still, You know what I mean? And that was a high scoring
And
game for them.
Clemson ain't really
Yeah, they
show
haven't.
like they like.
Cade Klubnik, man, you got to show me something. That's the quarterback. Do something.
Hey man, you see old boy over in Oregon State doing his thing though.
Oh yeah, they said hey, let him spread his wings, right?
Yeah.
Man, to a game probably the whole world I know is going to be waiting on. I know I am. I'm definitely a Dion fanatic. So you know, I wish I had my watch on so I can do the shador. We do the
That's
shador.
a door.
Rick Ross voice. But you got Colorado heading into Oregon, the first real big test,
Mm.
as they say. I said this last week, and I'm gonna say it again. They got Oregon at -21, and I don't know if Colorado wins this game, but I tell you this, I'm not going against Dion, so I'm going to tell you I absolutely hate that. I don't think Colorado gets beat by 21 at all. So I see they find a way to cover. I know without Travis Hunter right now, it's going to be a little rough, man. That's a real that's one of the worst things you can lose because he's that two-way. I've never seen a guy that could play football like that. I'm gonna be honest, man.
Right.
He's ridiculous. Um,
That's like
but
high
with that,
school stuff.
right, and it's like
Mm.
he's never tired and he's still making plays on both sides. That's
Right.
crazy to me, KB. But I got to be real. I think Shador has enough weapons, and that offense is going. Even though the Oregon may score, I think Colorado will be right there on their heels. So I honestly don't see Oregon beating them by 21. So I'm gonna hate it.
Yeah, I'm with you. I don't see Oregon beating them by 21. And, Colorado has already gone into a hostile environment, TCU. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? They know, okay, we got to take the crowd out of it first, and then play ball. So they've been battle tested as a young team so far. I don't think that they go up there and get the win, but that's neither here nor there. Oregon, they got some dogs too. So
right.
you got to put the respect out there. That being said, what you said about Travis Hunter, um, it sucks that they lost him, but they had guys step up. Like
Yeah.
number 87 last week, the tight end.
I
Um,
forget is it Hunter or Hint? It was I forget. I know you talking about. He was
yeah,
making
I'll give
plays. He
him
caught
props.
like
He
three
scored two
touchdowns.
touchdowns. He
Yeah,
had the 2 point conversion, but then that was the most action he got pretty much in his college career. You understand what I'm
right.
saying? And to be that big a part of the game um, on a sudden change, as we would call it, you
Yeah,
missing one of your key players. So guys had to step up in those areas. And then I think with the coaching staff having a complete week to game plan without Travis Hunter, like you said, and like we know, Deion Sanders and his coaching staff is going to get his guys ready to play, and it just gives somebody another opportunity on that Colorado team to be a star,
for sure.
And like you said, Shador is going to
Yes,
definitely
they
show
want to
up.
hold up that they want to hold it up, man. They're going to Shador son. Over under at 71 points. I'm gonna go ahead and say I love it, man.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
love that.
like
That's up.
you can't show me, can't tell me no otherwise. Every game I've seen, them boys like they might start off slow, but they're gonna put up 30 on the board. So, and if Oregon's supposed to beat them by 30 or 21 points, then that's gonna be a shootout. I can't wait to see this game this week, KB.
I'm with you on that one, man. Definitely.
Um,
Hey, you said it all.
I gotta all right, well, quick. I'm gonna switch past real quick. Do you have a current Heisman lock right now? Obviously, you know who I'm going with. My guy Caleb Eugene Williams. The Eugene is only because you a baller. Shador Eugene Sanders, if you understand what I'm saying. I'm going with Caleb, but if I have to, I mean, obviously people be like, oh, that's normal. You would do that. But if I had to go somebody else, I would go Jordan Travis from Florida State, like you said, man. He's been balling out, man. So it's hard for me not to go there. Do you have a Heisman lock, or do you agree?
um, Yeah, I like Caleb Williams. You know what I mean? He won it last year, so of course he's coming out with that defending my title swag. You got to, you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? But I also like the kid in Washington. Um,
But you talking about Michael
the
Penix,
quarterback. Yes, sir.
Michael
I
Penix
think
Jr., Michael
yeah,
Eugene Penix Jr.
every time I turn on the TV and he's playing like he's balling, he's
He's
doing
making
something.
plays
So
for
it's
sure.
still early to really say something about the Heisman, but like you're saying, that's why it's a Heisman watch. You better go
Right.
watch these kids now so you can see what they're about. And then I gotta go with Marvin's kid, Marvin
Man,
Harrison Jr.
Marvin Eugene Harrison.
But that's all predicated on quarterback and all that. But we know he's a stud. He bona fide, and his dad went to Syracuse, one of the best ever to do it.
Man, shout out to the Qs, man. They do put out them boys, man. This couple of my OGs definitely did that. All right, so we'll do the one a last college game, man. Two teams that I absolutely despise. They're probably two of the worst teams in college football. We got Ohio State sucks at Notre Dame University, and it is
That's funny.
they have Ohio State sucks at -3.5. Mind you, both are undefeated, and they got Sam Hartman, transfer QB, 4-year starter at I think Wake Forest it was, and he has 13 touchdowns, 0 interceptions right now, but he is a 3.5 point underdog at this point. For me, I kind of want Notre Dame not to lose just because I like to be the first team, SC to be the first team to smack them and get that victory. I can't lie. But let's be real. If it's up to me, I think I'm going Ohio State. I think Ohio State covers for sure. I love this one.
Man, this is a tough one to me. Honestly, I'm gonna just I take the Golden Domers, man. Make it interesting. You know what I mean? I feel like they have more. I've seen them play against TSU, so that wasn't. I'm representing Tennessee
Yeah.
State, Coach George.
Shout out Eddie George, man.
Those kids from Tennessee State fought, but that wasn't a good measuring stick. I feel
Yeah.
like this is their first true test, and it's at Notre Dame, eh?
Yes.
Yeah, let's do
That's a
that.
great environment to go to. They shaking the
Yeah.
bus, they hitting stuff and all that. They
Let's do
got
that.
that.
And they start. This is the coach's second year. They started off very shaky last year. This is a great student body and alumni and booster, builder for the head coach. So I think those kids will be locked in, especially if they're competing against all this NIL stuff. They better. But I'm with you. Ohio State's gonna bring it. Ohio
Yeah.
State's gonna bring it. But I just wanna, I'm be a gambling man right now. That's why it's called betting.
I know that's right. Yeah, Ohio State don't let me down.
I
Notre Dame sucks. So they got the over under at
can't
54
talk. See
points.
it like, hey, hold up, time out. Hey, Syracuse, y'all need to get right, man. I need like a span of years to get right so I could be in these college football conversations. Damn.
I
Go
hear
ahead, show.
that.
My bad.
It's all good. I know how it's been, boy. The pain been real for me for the last
Man,
15 years,
I can't
man.
drink the Kool-Aid. Last year they started off 6-0, finished 7 and
Yeah,
6. They balling right now. I like our quarterback, but we'll see, man. But
right. Keep
onto other
keep it
things.
going.
Yeah.
Over under at 54. Hate it or love it.
Uh, I love it. I love it. I could see a 30 to 20 something game. Like they'll go over 50. It ain't gonna be no there aren't too many defensive battles in college these days.
I'm going to say I hate it. I don't know. I think like you said, it's the first true test with Sam Hartman, and I think that this Ohio State defense is going to get after him. That's what I think.
Yeah,
So
I
I'm
mean, go ahead.
no, I hate it. I just hate it. I think that, like I said, Ohio State's defense gets after him. They score some points, but I don't think that Notre Dame scores over like 18, 17 points.
All right, so I love it because I feel like if Sam Hartman is supposed to be that guy, that's kind of why he came to Notre Dame. You understand, to
Yeah,
play on these stages. So that's why I'm taking the over because look, this will show if you are a guy that's going to play on Sunday, and that's the only reason you would after playing and use that fifth year to go play on this stage. So I'm hoping that it works out that way. So that's why I took the over.
I respect it. We're moving right along, man. Let's get to that Sunday action, boss. Uh,
Okay.
Man, we got a first game up. We have the Chargers heading into, the shirtless one. That's my guy. Shirtless Kirk, man, I can't lie. They have the Chargers at -1. Hate it or love it.
I hate the Chargers ain't good. That means the Chargers is gonna win, right?
Yeah, they're supposed to win.
Yeah, no, they're not gonna
Yeah,
win.
I'm with you. I'm going with the shirtless
They're
one. I
not.
think he's pissed. He's gonna let it. He's gonna air it out, man. Air
Yeah,
raid.
nah. And look, bro, I just seen I got to watch the Chargers firsthand last week when they played the Titans here in
Right.
Tennessee. Um, yeah, that's. I just don't think that like the Chargers are going to be able to keep up with them. Although Justin Herbert, can do his thing. When I say
Yeah.
keep up, at the end of the game, a decision is going to have to be made. And the last couple of weeks, the Chargers have not made the right decision. They're 0-2. Think about it. They took their second game, went to overtime, and their first game was a shootout with Miami. This game could be a lot like week one for San Diego. I mean, I'm sorry, Los Angeles, but I like Minnesota and Justin Jefferson.
I like them too. I just like shirtless Kurt, man. People
I've
that
heard,
watch
hey, great combination, great
like,
combination.
people that know me on this show or have been watching this show, they definitely know I'm going shirtless one regardless, man. And what did how did the shirtless one last year? I mean, last week against did they play? They played Philly, if I'm not mistaken,
They
right?
played Philly. They was down early, and then
And
look,
the
they started
shirtless
doing the
one, he came back and did his thing, if I'm not mistaken,
yeah,
right?
Justin Jefferson fumble trying to reach to the
Yeah,
pylon out of bounds.
yeah,
That would have they I think they lost by like 5 or 6, and that
yeah.
would
It
have
was
been
it
the
was
difference.
right.
So,
Yeah, I
they was
remember.
ball like they came back, and what like I like and what people don't understand, man, with these short preseason, these teams aren't in the NFL, these teams aren't getting out there and really playing. Like if you look at the Giants Cardinals games, the Giants gave up 40, they gave up 60 points in the first 6 quarters of the NFL.
Yeah,
And
that's
then
crazy.
they got it together at halftime and they came out and won. And I've seen other teams, get their stuff together, like Minnesota in the second half of week two to kind of start putting together.
Yeah,
So you know how NFL is, coaching staffs, players, they start getting momentum. It's like, okay, they play 17 games. A loss in week one or week two is very correctable. So once you hit that
yeah,
stride, you know what I mean?
for sure. Well, you couldn't have said it better. Over under at 54 points. I'm gonna go ahead and say I love it. I feel like
Yeah.
they're gonna score. They gotta score some points. That's just me. I know Kirk gonna throw some points, even if he's down early or however it goes. Like they're gonna get to throwing that ball and they're gonna put up some points, man. So I'm taking the over.
Yeah, that's a good take. I think Austin Eckler will be back. Keenan Allen is still a grown man out there. So I think that San Diego's game plan will be a little tighter. It's not like the Titans really, shut Herbert down. He still had 300, but that pass rush was kind of crazy for him last week.
Yes, sir. Speaking of Titans, we are going into the Doodoo Browns, man. Deshaun Watson's Browns, and we are a negative or minus 3.5 underdog in this thing. And I'm gonna say, stop you right there, my friends. You see what shirt I got on? Ain't no way I'm going
Yeah.
against the boys, man. Tighten
Look,
up, baby.
do I got a
That's
Titan shirt on? No, I don't think I.
well,
Oh
you
snap! See
look,
my shirt? I got the
Titan gang,
Titan
y'all.
shirt
Yeah,
on.
y'all
Tighten
see
up, you
it.
heard?
Tighten
I
up,
didn't even do
baby.
that on purpose. That
Right.
wasn't even planned. Well, I
Listen,
guess I'm
so
picking the Titans, man.
yeah, we ain't even got. I'm not even going to keep. I don't even have to go into that. People
Hey,
call it bias, call it whatever. I'm going Titans.
nah, I'll take Titans, but I'll tell you why I take Titans. At the end of the day, both these defenses are crazy. You saw Garrett Miles is up
Yeah,
there doing the killer crossover over the
yeah,
center and getting the sack. Wow, that's
right.
crazy. And then you got Jeffrey Simmons and these boys in Tennessee are really getting after quarterbacks. They got 7 sacks in the first 2 games, and not only just sacks, they just keep the quarterback off the spot.
Yeah,
Justin Herbert, he couldn't set his feet for anything last week, which is just as good as a sack. And then you saw how Pittsburgh got after the Browns, and the Browns did a great job of getting after Pittsburgh. So when you match these two teams up, both these offensive lines are shaky. Deshaun Watson, look, he got
yeah,
that
yeah,
quarter Billy. I mean, yeah, he got that
yeah.
quarter
Good Porter
Billy.
Billy.
Look, it's
It look
time
like he
to
ducking right now, man.
you know what I mean? So him
Hey,
and
and they better.
Tannehill, it's a toss up. It's gonna come down to the defenses and the head coaches. And I like Vrabel over Kevin Stefanski. So
I'm with you. And also, man, Nick Chubb, man, I'm praying for you, man. It hurts my heart to see
Yeah,
what happened
word.
to you. Also, Browns, man, signed Kareem Hunt. It only makes
They just
sense. Why
picked
would you?
him up.
Oh, okay,
I
I
think
was
they
gonna say
did. I
it
think
only
they
makes
don't
sense.
don't quote me. I think they picked him up. But the kid I was out there, I think his name was
Ford,
Ford. He's yo,
boy, that man. Listen,
yo,
hey, he my new one of my new favorite
yo,
players. The way that man was running that rock, hey,
yo.
you don't
So that's
you
what I'm
deserve to get
saying.
the shot first for sure.
Yeah, and then with a full week to game plan, and then Amari Cooper looked good last week, and then Doku. So, late start. They won one against the Bengals. It's gonna be a defensive game though, straight up.
Right. So with that being said, over under at 41, hate it or love it.
Under. I hate it.
I hate it too. Both of them teams haven't shown me that they can score a lot of points. And you know what's crazy, Bull? Nick, watch this. I guarantee you, just because we said that, watch this be one of them games where the Titans go crazy and just start scoring all these points. Be like, God damn, where was this last week? You know
Well,
what I'm saying?
I'm gonna tell you, it's a possibility because week two, I saw some new wrinkles in their playbook where they're getting Tajay Spears and Derrick Henry out there at the same time. And that
Yeah.
kid, Spears, he's a little shifty. You know what I
Oh, I
mean? So
know.
you got
He
Derrick Henry in there, and you expect him to punch, but then here come that little cut, that little ski ski.
right.
It's a good little
Bruh.
combo right now. I think they starting to figure it out. Coordinator Kevin, I forget his name. He's starting to figure it out.
Listen, I know all about Spears, man. He ran through SC last year in that in
Oh,
that
word.
game. I know all about the man. Hurt my heart, but shout out to him. Um, um, okay, we got two left. We can run through it real quick. We got the Falcons heading into the Lions. The Lions are minus 3.5. I hate it or love it.
Um, who's getting the points?
I
Detroit.
love I love the Falcons too. I mean, I'm gonna say I love it because I'm going with Lions. I'm a Dan Campbell. I'm riding the Dan Campbell train right now. I like the way they've been fighting there for the last 15 games. If you go watch their last 15 games and just watch them, they have been fighting and been in every game. Or if they're down, they come back and are within a point or a touchdown of every game. They find a way. You know what I mean? So I love them, man. The Falcons, they've been finding a way to win. Bijan Robinson, code, probably a candidate for rookie of the year. My other guy, Justin, or I'm sorry, Jordan
Lon-
Addison from Minnesota will go crazy too. But
Hey,
uh,
London Drake, they still ain't in, Drake London still ain't get him involved yet either.
yeah,
So maybe this is his week.
hopefully Arthur. I mean, Arthur calls a good game, man. He has some. If anybody got some weapons, he got them. But I'm just a Lion guy right now, man. I can't. I like how hard nosed they are. I like how Dan Campbell don't make no excuses. You know what I mean? And it is what it is. Like, and he got the players around him. You know, being a former player, when you got a coach that definitely understands it, man, it's a lot. It's a lot funner to play for a guy that gets it. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, that's a tough one. I like Detroit. I take Detroit to cover at home. Nah, by 4.
yeah, 3.5. Yes, for 4 for sure.
Detroit basketball.
Mhm.
Oh man, that's a tough one. I like man. No, no, I'm gonna take the Falcons because the NFL is tricky like that, man. That tricky field goal game. You know what I mean? At the
Yeah,
end of the game, I'm just taking the Falcons just based on like they probably gonna lose by 3. You understand what I'm saying? Because I feel like they are
yeah,
both evenly
yeah,
matched. You know what I mean? But the Falcons has weapons, but Arthur Campbell don't really use them. Arthur Smith, I'm sorry, don't really
yeah.
use them the way I like them. Especially Kyle Pitts. He's on my fantasy team, stinking it up. But hey, brother, keep doing your thing, Mister Pitts. I know you don't got nothing to do with fantasy. Desmond Riddier. He's fine, but Bijan is crazy. He goes crazy right now.
Yeah,
People that maybe like just as a former linebacker, watching that man, how he cut on the dime and gets upfield and his football IQ. Um, but yeah, Detroit, they got a lot of momentum. I agree everything you said with Detroit, but I'm gonna just take uh, the Atlanta Falcons just based on the points.
yeah. Well, yeah, I'm going Lions. Over under at 45.5. Hate it or love it.
I love it.
Yeah, I think they all score some points as well. I think it's gonna go over for sure.
Yeah,
Um, Mr. Monday Night, man, we got the Monday Night special. We have Rams at the Bengals, like Pac-Man say. Um,
Bengals.
I got the Bengals -2.5. Hate it or love it. Oh, hold on.
Mm.
Before you say that, the line opened up at 3.5, but it has shifted. You obviously heard about Joe Burrow's injury. So now the line opened up at 3.5, but now it's shifted to 2. So hate it or love it.
Man, I gotta love it, man. Just because, look, man, another quarter billion dollar quarterback, man. Look, you got to play through that, Joe. You got to suck that up. You knew your cap was hurt when you signed on the dotted line.
Um,
You know what I mean?
yeah, I hate
You
it.
got to get, you got to get your boys involved.
I hate it. I think Sean McVay know what he got in his players, man. And
Aaron
Puka,
McDonald's
one of
ooh,
my favorite players. What's his name? Nuka Puka or something like that.
yeah, Naputa.
Yeah,
I
the
ain't
man
pick him
got
up on my
20,
team.
20 catches, 200 yards in 2 games. Obviously, the NFL is not going to be like that every game or every week, but he's clearly showed he could play. Stafford showed he going to still air that thing out. Yeah, so I'm going to absolutely hate this. I think the Rams find a way to beat them, man. Aaron Donald has at least a sack.
Yeah,
At
Aaron
least a sack.
Donald. I mean, look, Aaron
Especially
Donald
with a
definitely
hurt
gonna have a
calf,
sack.
Joe Burrow. Yeah, he's coming.
He's immobile. Definitely gonna get a sack.
Over under at 43.5. Hate it or love it.
I love it.
Man, the Bengals ain't really. Yeah, the Rams gonna score some points, and if the Bengals gonna be, the NFL is not. Or these lines don't usually be too far. So
And then, like for example, like look, even if the even if the Bengals go, they're not the same team they were last year. We know what they have of the firepower on offense. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? So look, that's the way I look at it. It's only week two of an extended and a shortened preseason and an extended
yeah.
regular season. So I just know it's going to take teams longer to get on track. If they're not on track by the second game, it's got to be the third game. If it ain't by the third game, shoot, it
It's,
ain't gonna be to the middle of the season. You know what I'm
yeah, and
saying?
it's sometimes it may be too late. Now I've been
Right.
on teams where we went 0-5 or 0-6. I feel like 0-7 sometimes,
Yeah.
but we turned it
Right.
around
Yeah. We started off 0-6, and then
and
we
went
was
to
got up to 6-7, or 7 in a row, 8 in a row, something like
yeah. We
that.
was a game
So
away from going to the playoffs. So I do remember
yeah.
that, or win away, and I think we lost to the Patriots that year.
Yep.
The last game of the season. But yeah, I'm a love it too. I think the Rams have enough to put up, and if the Bengals gonna last with that offense, they're gonna have to score some points. You only have to score 21. They both got to score 21 points apiece to, you know what I
Yeah.
mean, or
Come on.
22.
Let's go.
So we'll see. Yeah, man, I'm excited, man, about these ones this week. Hopefully, we can win everybody some money out there. But Bull, I truly appreciate your time, big bro. I know you be
You know
busy.
it.
Shout out Just Love Coffee Nashville. Shout out Just Love
Word.
Coffee Orlando.
Yep.
You
CJ,
guys, y'all,
2K.
you guys are running it with the coffee thing, man. But I truly appreciate your time, big bro. Thanks for coming on the show, man.
Man, thanks for having me as an annual guest. I hope those bets help some people out.
Yes, sir, man. And yeah, fight on USC. Y'all better get a victory this week. You know what I mean? Don't come home, man.
I like number one on your team. He's nice.
Ooh, Zach
He's
Branch,
crazy.
baby. Yeah,
He's
he's coming.
crazy. Where's he from?
Zach, well, he Vegas, but he went to Bishop Gorman.
Yeah, he's crazy.
Yeah, he's crazy. I'm gonna put him up there for one of them Heisman's too. He's probably gonna return another kicker punt this week too.
Right.
For sure. All right, big bro. I appreciate you, man. Yes, sir.